I should have started that recording earlier. That was an amazing video.
Wasn't that nice?
It was great. And she looks super young. She looks like she's 14 years old, but I'm sure she's 18. So, but she
Baby.
it just goes to show you how old we are when everybody else looks like they're 12. So thank you
And
for
I
sharing.
guess it's okay to wear a white short outfit if you're doing a booth event at if you're her age and you're doing a booth event at a college campus, you can do that.
Well, if you're targeting to other college students, absolutely. So thank you, Lori, very much for sharing that. You guys, I'm so excited. Welcome to our Tuesday Night Live. I am so grateful that you guys are on. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine how tonight would be if you weren't on here, because Lori and I have so much to share. I just spent an entire day at the East Bay Women's Conference, which these women pay, and Dawn Manley was there. Some of you were there. They pay like I think it's $350 or whatever to attend this one-day conference. And so these are women who are already at the top of their game. These are not women who are just kind of like hanging out in the world. These are women who are already rock stars and are just wanting to play differently. Dawn, I didn't even preempt you or text you or anything, but do you want to just come on really quick? And what was your greatest takeaway from the East Bay Women's Conference today? I know it wasn't a Mary Kay event, but it was a very big, empowering type of event. So what was your favorite part of today?
I think the women that have been through trauma and injury and just negative experiences and how they persevered and bounced back and used it to grow. I think that was incredibly inspiring. And yeah, it just makes you realize like you don't have it as bad as you think you do.
Yeah, or you're not the only one going through. Yeah, you think that you've got problems until you look at their problems. You're like, okay, I'll keep my problems. That's a great takeaway. I think you're going to love some of the stuff that we covered tonight. So thank you for that. I would love. So first of all, my name is Diane Covington, in case you're watching this recording. And I have to tell you, it's March Madness. What does that mean? Well, in sports terms, it's when the college games go crazy and it's the Final Four. So it's the time when if you make the playoffs, and we're going to talk about this in a minute, when you make the playoffs, you get to start kind of like all over, like the slate is wiped clean, and you get to be in the playoffs. And so it is the final 4 months of our year. And so we just have to always ask ourselves, like, are we playing full out? Are we doing what we need to do? What could we do different? How can we be the best version of ourselves? And so I just want you guys to know things will happen in the next 4 months exponentially, like you can't even imagine. Like if it took you 6 months to do something before, it could take you like 3 weeks now. I'm not kidding you. What happens the final 4 months of the Mary Kay year will blow your mind. So if it took you like 6 months to add 2 team members, you could go on Target for your car, be a DIQ at the end of this month. Like it's totally a mindset.
We're going to talk because the car program for consultants is ending.
Yeah. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, Lori. In fact, so the company did announce that they only had a very small percentage of consultants that chose to go for the car that didn't want to do directorship, because most want to go for directorship. So if you earn the car by June, you can still get the car as a consultant. Otherwise, the consultant car program is going to go away and it'll be only for directors. So, but I think that, you know what, I honestly, I've never had anybody earn the car and not want to go for directorship, because it's not just the 300% increase in pay. It's the stage. What I mean is it's the platform. It's the ability to impact more lives than you've ever impacted before. And that's a really big deal. So I'm super excited. It's double credit. And so I'm going to share with you in a minute some of the great audacious goals that we have as a unit. But Lori, I'd love to hear from you. Do you want to share really quick what you're most excited about for March?
I'm most excited about double credit. I am so excited about I mean, Janice had us believing that we weren't going to get, well, the company had us believing that we weren't going to get any double credit this year. We've been spoiled, really, the last several years, because we never used to get double credit. That wasn't a thing that we got all the time. And then the last several years, we've gotten it. And then this year, we're like, when are they going to do double credit? And Janice was like, guys, don't expect double credit. That's just that's an unusual thing. And it is an unusual thing. So I was getting all settled in. Okay, this is much I have to do. And now it's double credit. And it's just, So for all of you consultants, what does that mean? What does that mean? It means even if you've done nothing so far, there is still a chance. You could do the unit court. You could do the national, you can do our national court, princess court. You could do, you know, some people could do the diamond ring. And so Diane's going to go over the particulars of that.
Yeah, so it's going to be super exciting. So to kick off the meeting, I would love to acknowledge Carrie McCurdy. So Carrie, I didn't preempt you and call you in and ask you in advance, but we are celebrating tonight because Carrie completed month 1 of her CAR, and she is now officially in DIQ. So congratulations, Carrie, and your team. I'm so excited. You've got Rhonda, you've got a great team, Rebecca, Eileen, you just got a fabulous team. Do you want to come on, Candy Hoover, all of your team? Do you want to come on real quick and tell us, how do you feel now officially being month 2 CAR, first month DIQ? Take it away, babe.
Honored. Yeah, I'm very excited. Sorry I look like this. I have literally been doing tax stuff all day for my husband. I do work for my husband. And I only have like 5 more days before I have to have the business stuff in. So anyway, other than that, I'm excited. I have a bunch of friends actually that are on it with me, and one of my good friends that I've known for about, I don't know, 1.5 years now just joined too. So it's very exciting. It's, I don't know, kind of stepping out of a comfort zone I've been in for a while, but I'm excited. My husband's very excited. So I don't know, if you really want your family to get involved, bring them with you to seminar. My husband now wants posters and the whole bit, but that's because he knows it makes me happy. And
well, he also knows that you'll be a great director and that you're overqualified for the position. Your red jacket should have
well, he knows it's what I want to do, and we've been married for a long time and known each other since I was 16. So he's always been in my corner, put it that way. So
well, we're
I'm
excited
to have that in my life.
And I know, Carrie, you're going to come up with a unit name this week and give it to me so I can make you guys a poster so you can see. So Carrie's goal for Rebecca and Candy Hoover and all of you that are on Carrie's team is that Carrie's team is going to grow from 8 to 24. And 24 is that magic number you need. And the goal is to have a minimum of 3 red jackets on her team. That is what the company looks for. Carrie gets extra little kudos if she has 3 red jackets when she debuts. So my question is, who is going to be Carrie's first red jacket? And if you're so new, you don't even know what that means. It means that you would have a team of 3. So what I will tell you guys is I'm going to share with you a little bit of something I learned in a class today about sharing the story. And Lori's going to kick off a program that we're going to do. And it's all about how you share the story. So I'm excited, Carrie. I can't wait to hear what your unit name is going to be. And I know you're going to do this quick because quick is easy. Slow is hard. It's like working out, sitting up and down in a chair is really hard if you do it slow. But if you just stand up and sit down, it's easy. So I always say fast is easy. So Carrie, I couldn't be more proud of you. You give such great customer service to your customer. I can't wait for you to transfer that same passion and belief to your team and
Yes.
as you as a director. And I
Yes.
cannot wait to walk out and debut you on stage in that beautiful pink jacket. Oh my God, it's going to look so good on you.
Yes, and Diana's going to just not have Carrie. She's going to have twins, triplets, quadruplets.
Well, that's what I would love to do. Is I would love to debut, even have Carrie debut an Offspring on her hand and debut more directors. Because I know Belinda, who may be on here tonight, Belinda Cook, she is going to be debuting as a director from Debbie Ertl's unit, and which also helps us become a national area. But I would love to debut at least 2 or 3 on the career conference stage. So here's the deal, you guys. If God has planted that seed in your heart, you don't have to know how to get there. You literally don't have to know how to get there. All you have to know is that I've decided I want it all. I want it all for my family, financially, emotionally, I want it all. Then you and I sit down and we say, okay, well, if you're here and you need to get to here, what do we need to do? And so it's strategic. This is not a guessing game. This is not throwing darts on the wall. This is literally making a decision. And so we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So Carrie, again, congratulations to you and your team. We're super, super excited. On another note, Carrie was able to attend an event yesterday along with Kim and along with Susan Lenzer, who qualified, Cindy Madden, who qualified, and it was our red event.
Oh.
So Kim or Carrie or anybody who was on the red event last night, do you want to share anything you got from the red event? Anything that you heard, anything, any one of the directors? We're not gonna have time tonight to share a story, but we will next week. So, because, but Carrie, is there anything you want to share, or Kim, that you want to share from the Red Jacket event last night?
She's getting her notes, I can tell.
Amy was like everybody, make goals, make your dreams come true. I think what we forget to do is to keep the dream alive. So I think that was more what her thing was have a dream, but also keep it alive. If that means you have to change it a little bit or whatever, but she literally makes dream boards, which I've done before, puts them around the house and works on building your team every day. So that was the most I got out of her. You have to have a dream. And then you have to have goals to make that dream come true. So, it doesn't matter if it's a little dream. I know when I came in, I didn't really know how to do that. I kind of just worked. I was in corporate. I started in a restaurant. I made it from a server to a trainer to a manager to a district manager. So I'd been there a long time, and that was all men's world. There were very few top managers in a store when I was. Matter of fact, I was teased quite a bit for it. But anyway, so I didn't really know about dreaming. We had 4 kids. We worked around the clock, you just kind of did it on automatic. When people used to say, how did you do it? I was like, well, there's not an off button. You just kind of do what you have to do
life.
through it. And when I actually got into Mary Kay and actually started reading her book and understanding and stuff, I realized even though I was older, my kids were grown and I had grandkids, that I could still dream. So I just want everybody to kind of wrap your head around dreaming. I know a lot of us live in a world where you don't dream or your dreams seem to have disappeared. A lot of struggles, a lot of different things happen. Money's hard, and if you've come from no money, it's really hard to dream. So all I want to say is take that, wrap your head around it, and keep trying to step out of that box. Because
Carrie, what's
really what it is stepping out of a box that's comfortable, because we've made it comfortable. Not that it is comfortable.
So what would be your one tip, Carrie, if someone says to you, well, I'm in such survival mode, or I hate my job, or whatever, what would be your one tip of advice to maybe either help somebody learn how to dream or how to keep the dream alive? What would be your one tip of advice?
Would be just take that first step outside of your box and your comfort zone. Like I said, my husband is a general contractor. He worked for somebody, and when my son graduated high school, right before that, my husband went out on his own and grown his business. My son is now going to be 40. So my husband's literally been on with his own business as a general contractor for like 15 years now. So, and I would have never in a million years thought we could do that and step that. But sometimes you just have to take that step and believe in yourself. I guess the best thing I can say about Mary Kay is there's a bunch of people behind you. And if you listen to these stories, there's people, like Don said, there are people so much worse off than you that somehow get up each day and go. And I know we go on survivor mode. Now I'm asking you to go on your dreams and your hopes.
Right. No, I appreciate that. And I think what you said, Carrie, is that sometimes the one tip I would say is if you are struggling with a dream for yourself, but you want to be part of someone else's dream, you will have people on your team, Carrie, join your team or join Mary Kay. Not that they have a vision or a goal for themselves, but they want to be part of your goal. And there's nothing wrong with somebody joining and jumping on your wagon because you're going someplace. Does that make sense? Sometimes
Yeah.
them being a part of your win, helping you become a director, helping you earn your car, helping me become a national, they want to be part of that win. Even if it doesn't mean that they have an individual win, their individual win is being part of your win. And we need to allow people to do that because there's a lot of people out there who maybe don't want the win for themselves. They want to be a part of something bigger than them. So, well, Carrie, I couldn't be more proud. I'm just so excited. I know you're going to give me a unit name in the next day or two, and we'll get a flyer made, and it's going to be
We got
super
all
exciting.
kinds of lists. My kids have been doing that for days. Anyway.
Giving you unit names?
Yes.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, congratulations, Carrie. We're super proud of you.
Thank
So
you.
what I want to share with you guys, a couple things really quick, is I'm going to jump over to our Boards app. So if you have not downloaded this app, it's called Boards, BOARDS, like a piece of wood. It is where you will find, now granted, you can always go to Facebook. I'm not knocking Facebook, but with Facebook, you kind of have to scroll all over God's green earth to find stuff. If you log into Boards, this is our dynamite unit of prestige. So as soon as you have the Boards app, I will send you this link. So this month, we happen to have all the double credit stuff right up here, plus recognition. This is all the people who earned their gorgeous earrings last month. We had 12 winners. Our goal this month is to have 16 winners. So it's exciting. All these women won these beautiful flashy earrings, which is super cool. But there's also 3 flyers on here that explain double credit, which I'll reach out to in just a second. There is the March folder. There's monthly special deals. There's the chemo care packages, the Zoom invite. So if you're trying to invite someone to tomorrow night's event with Janice, if you click on this thing, you just go to Janice's Zoom, you literally copy and paste this and text it out. Like, this is so simple for you guys. You don't even have to go looking for stuff anymore. If you are somebody who's like, I really want to master generating leads, go to this folder. If you want a team build, go to this folder. If you're new, there's a specific section just for new people. The one that I will tell you, this is my favorite, Masters to book, sell, and close. And we've updated everything in here, from the placemats or the tray inserts for the microdermabrasion, spa parties. We've updated the closing sheet with new prices for the price increase. The login sheet that I use when I do a party, like this sheet. This is from Eileen's party. I'll have to show you guys this sheet. This is hysterical. As people were RSVPing, this is as they send in their names to the party, I started filling out the sheet, and then they started sending hashtag party boards. It normally doesn't look like this big of a mess, but she had 7 people. And so, yeah, but all 7 people are on one sheet, which is why I designed this sheet. So it's in that same folder called the Masters for Booking, Selling, and closing. So let me go back to Boards super quick. So I want to touch on March events. So yes, it is double credit. Totally want you guys to pay attention to that, but I do want to share with you. So if you click on March, it's going to bring you to, it's going to bring me to the red event. I don't want that folder. Okay, hold on. Okay, so here's all the stuff. So notice there's a pedicure kit. I do want to talk about this. This is available. Now I will tell you guys, it comes in this cute box. It's got a rosemary mint foot scrub, a rosemary mint foot lotion. So kind of like the mint bliss, but this also has rosemary in it. So similar scent. It's got a nail buffer and this heart-shaped pumice stone.
Oh.
This whole set is $30. This will sell out. I'm going to tell you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if by March 15th it's gone at all. Like before Star Consultant deadline, my guess is by March 15th, it'll be gone. You could take this flyer right now and start pre-selling it. You could tell them, I just need a $15 deposit, the rest on delivery. You could pre-sell a dozen of these and order them. Just be careful not to pre-sell too many and not order them right away, because it would break my heart to have you have to call your customers back and say, I got to refund your $30 because it already sold out. So this is going to be a huge hit. And I will tell you guys, every year they have these. I find these are the #1 gift that brides buy their bridesmaids to tuck in with whatever else they're giving them. The pedicure kit is perfect for a bride to give bridesmaids. So you will sell these all summer long. So you don't want just a few to get you through March. I would get several of these pedicure kits. Those are going to be amazing. Here's the calendar for the month. You can see our Tuesday night live events are on Tuesdays. Tomorrow night is a product event with Janice and one of the marketing staff. She will be giving away Kate Spade. A week from tomorrow is a skincare event. Now, you guys, because we're going to talk tonight about booking. The core training tonight is on booking. So, because we want to talk about every week, we're doing the 12-week growth and training from the National Rebecca Evans. And tonight it's on booking. Last week it was on generating leads. So with this, notice there's skincare here and there's skincare again on the 27th, a couple days before Easter. So these are events where you guys could either drop off samples, mail samples, or they don't technically have to have samples, but I find when they do, they spend a lot more money. So she's going to go through just skincare and charcoal or microderm on both of these events. And then every single Thursday night, she's got a sharing event. And I'll tell you about the e-start that changed and all that stuff. And then on Monday, the 11th, I will be in Concord live for a spa event. And I just secured a hotel. And this is important for those of you who are local. Monday, the 18th, I'm doing another live event at the Concord Plaza. And this one is going to be skincare and makeup, trash and treasure, meaning they bring their other brands. We professionally match them for CC cream and foundation, and they can trade their other brands of God only knows what that doesn't match their skin. I don't care if it's MAC, CoverGirl, Estee Lauder, whatever. I don't care where they buy it. Could be Target, could be whatever. They traded in that night for a discount. We'll be doing drawings. So we will have a flyer for tomorrow. I'll have a flyer tomorrow for the 18th event. And then notice this, you guys, this one Wednesday, the 20th, is training with our national, all on team building. So it's training for all consultants on team building. Notice you've got St. Patrick's Day in here that you can also promote sales and all kinds of fun stuff. Star Consultant deadline. Those of you who are on target for your star, and I'll rattle off your names in a minute. The deadline is the 15th. And if you have not registered, it is not too late. Text me and call me because I'm pre-registering people, or I'm registering people so they can go. So if you really want to go, I will tell you, if you don't think it's worth your money when you're done, I will refund your money. If you are in my unit and you commit to going and you don't find it of incredible value, I'll give you your money back because I guarantee you it'll be a rock star experience. It'll make such a difference. It's a 6.5-hour drive down, 6.5-hour drive back, but I'm the one who's doing all of the driving. So jump in the caddy. If we have so many people, we fill the caddy, we can always, which I think the caddy's full, but we're going to probably take 2 cars down. So it's going to be super, super fun. Does anybody have questions on any of the events? The 2 Monday live events, the Tuesday events, the Wednesday or the Thursday? Does anyone have questions? Y'all are good? Okay, cool. All right, so that just shows you on boards. Then we have, this is the invitation for the live event on Monday the 11th. This is a skincare and a spa experience. We're not doing any makeup at all. This is going to be half their face with microderm, half their face with glycolic. Last time, I think Dawn got a team member for this. Carrie got a team member, had some great sales. Candy had some great sales, had over a $200 sale. So this is going to be a phenomenal event. And then the week right after this, it's a little different. We're not going to do all the spa treatments. We're doing skincare, foundation, and they will get a handout on contour and highlighting. So it's going to be super fun. A little bit of a makeup twist to it. Now, this Wednesday is this event. It'll be in English and in Spanish. This is Mary Kay's corporate manager of product marketing, Jackie. She's great. She will be on with Janice talking about why are these 6 products our top sellers? Why is CC cream a top seller? Why is our primer a top seller? And then she'll talk a little bit about brows. What we have brow tint, we have brow liner, or brow pencil, I should say. We have micellar water. So this is going to be an amazing, and I'll tell you what's impressive, you guys, honestly, when the guests log in and see 150 to 200 people on, they're thinking there's going to be like 5 people on. They're like, what? And it's translated into Spanish. So we've got this fabulous Spanish, oh, that's the wrong flyer. But we've got this fabulous Spanish event. Here it is. So you guys, even if I don't understand the girl in Spanish, that doesn't mean I can't invite people, right? So the Zoom link is on our boards thing. All you've got to do is get them, but get them committed. Let them know that you want them on. Let them know it counts as part of your training. Okay. And then this is that Thursday. Rachel Bullock is hysterical. I got to meet her at Leadership Conference 2 or 3 years ago. They rented a huge house and I got invited to stay with them. And she was crazy. And so she's going to share her story, which you guys will love. And they're giving away 5 e-starts. So they're going to give away 5 $35 starts. So they get a $35 credit toward whatever they want to do, because right now it's only $10 to join. And I'll cover that in just a second. Okay, but these are all the events for the month. I hope you guys are looking at all these events. They're literally all on here. And then on the bottom, there's 3 different flyers for the pedicure kit. They're basically almost all the same, just different people designed them. Does anybody have questions on any of the events? The only event that's not on here is the other live Monday event in Concord, which will be on the 18th. Nobody's got questions? Oh, you all are easy tonight. Okay. So let's talk about super quick about the chemo care packages. I want to give you an update. So here's all the handouts. Here's a beautiful flyer that Kelly Magoon made for us. Here's my letter. Now, the reason why my name is on this letter, because some of you asked me, is because I share in here how 13 years ago I lost my sister to breast cancer. So we as a unit are doing this, which is why I signed it, Diane Covington and our Dynamite Mary Kay unit. So this lets them know what we're doing and why we're doing it. So I would pass these out. I went and had 100 of these run off in black and white, 100. And so then I had the receipt, not that flyer, I am carrying this with me because now 3 different people handed me $30 cash. I'm like, oh, I got to write their names down. But, and there's a posting on the VIP page. If you want to use that, you can use that. And then there's also a flyer with the receipts. So the receipts look like this. So I had these also run off. And every time somebody hands me money, I just hand them a slip and tell them they can fill it out themselves. But I'm going to tell you guys, based on those of you who have already committed, we're short. We're short probably at least 150. So if you have committed, if you could commit to a teeny bit more, like up it by 5 or 10, that would be great. If you haven't committed to me, please think about committing, because this is going to take a village, gang. I can't do this on my own. So it is going to totally take a village. Here's who I have commitments from so far. So if you committed and I didn't write you down, I apologize. But I have commitments from Kim of 20, Dawn 50, Carrie 50, Sandy, Shabbat 5, even though she doesn't live in the state. Janine is 20. And so anybody else that is willing to help us with this cause, please, please, please let me know how many you will commit to. And if you guys need help reaching out, you need scripts, there's the post from my Facebook page, but it's also making phone calls, because this goes to all the chemo patients at John Muir that are getting treatment, men and women. And I am figuring out, I'm meeting with the John Muir lady on Thursday or Friday to find out, does she want them in a clear bag with a bow? Like, we're going to make the packaging super simple. It's not going to take much effort. It's something that if you have a 5-year-old child at home, they could help you with. All right. So that's the chemo care package. And I think the rest of the stuff is pretty self-explanatory, this monthly special deals and all that. So let's jump right now to double credit. Lori, did you want to talk at all about double credit, or do you want me just to go into it?
You go.
Okay.
I'm excited about it. You go.
Okay, so let me explain to you guys what this actually means. So your efforts this month count double toward prizes. So if you're going for the Court of Sales and a diamond ring, if you order $1,000 this month, it normally counts as 2, right? In the normal world. This month, it counts as 4,000. You order 1,000, it counts as 4. The max you can do is 2. 2 normally counts as 4, and now it's going to count
2,000.
Yeah, you order 2,000, it'll normally count as 4,000, and now that 4,000 doubles to 8,000. So that is a huge, that's going to help me finish honestly, that's going to help me finish this ring, because that extra bump is amazing. Same thing with the Diamond B. So if you got 6 team members this month, it's going to count as 12. That's half the B. That's Janice's national area court is 12. So you could literally sew that up in one thing. Now, let's say you're hearing this and you're going, but Diane, that's not my goal. Like, my goal is not sales court or quarter sharing. What I will tell you is every single thing you do helps our unit. See this paragraph down here at the bottom? We get it for every $1 of your order. It counts for $4 for our unit goals, our unit size goal, our unit growth goal. The company's given us like this scoreboard thing, and we've got like 4 different ways to win. And part of it is unit size, part of it is growth, part of it is production. So everything you guys do this month absolutely impacts our unit. So our goal this month is to add 18 new unit members, and I'm going to commit to 10 myself, and then 40,000 wholesale is my goal, and 3 new reds, and to see Carrie complete month 2 of car and DIQ. So those are our goals for this month. So what exactly does all that mean? There's also a special on team building. Okay, so here's what's really cool is if you start your Mary Kay business with a $90 kit, you can get your website free. So this is something that we're doing. The company's not doing this, but we're basically saying is if they decide, so let's say Marty recruits somebody named Gloria. Gloria joins and Gloria wants this full $90 kit. When Gloria comes in, she has to buy this $10 start. I will refund her the $10 for the start. Okay. But she gets this whole kit and the $10 start, which is website, brochures, samples of the miracle set, lookbook, credit card processing, all of that. She gets all of that plus all of this. So she gets all of that for $90, which is crazy. Okay. So this is how this works. If you order 400, it normally counts as 8. Right now it's going to bump you at 1,600. Why does that matter? Well, at the end of the year, our unit, if you do 10, write this down, everybody, 10,000. Huh?
Take a screenshot.
You can take a screenshot. It's a great idea, Lori. Our unit, so the levels of recognition is 40,000 retail is the company diamond ring. 20,000 retail is Janice's court. If you are an average of a pearl star every quarter and do 19,800, you get to walk across the stage. And I know for a fact, I believe Janine, you're on target for that. And because of double credit, it is not too late for a lot of you. Dawn, Marty, Candy, Rebecca, all of you guys could still do the company's 19,800 and walk across stage. Our unit court, where you're recognized with a certificate and sash of the top awards and prizes, is at 10,000 retail. So if somebody orders 1,000 this month, that's going to bump them 4,000 on their scoreboard. So if you've already got 4 in, that puts plus those 4, that already puts you at 8. You only got to get to 10 by the end of June. That's super easy. This is retail, gang. So you guys, you have to realize everything you do this month impacts our unit. So even if you don't see it for you, know that you have the ripple effect of it impacting our unit. So I hope that makes sense to you guys.
But why not go? Okay, now, Diane, I just sent you a picture in your email of the Princess Court rings. Now, I believe that it's not last year's. I believe it's this year's, but you check it and see.
You sent me an email?
I did just this minute so that you could pull it up in screen share, or I can try to find it as well.
It's okay, because it's scrolling. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
It's still going in a circle. Swear to God, I'm going to make my computer there it is. I'm going to make it something to float in a pond. All right. So when you do Janice's court, this is what you're talking about, Lori?
Well, the Princess Court. Yeah, I mean, the Princess Court.
So if you guys do 20,000 retail, you get to choose any one of these rings. The crown ring, which also comes in a rose gold, this cubic and gold plated bow tie, which I think is super cute. The colors go all the way around on this multicolor band with gemstones, or this beautiful heart-shaped cubic gemstone. So it's a heart-shaped pink stone. So I'm curious, you guys, type in the chat section. If you got to pick one ring, which would you pick? The crown, the bow tie, the multicolored band, or the heart, the pink heart? Type in the chat which would be your pick. Like, I'm just curious. I don't know. I think I might go for the bow tie. I have that heart ring and I wear it all the time.
I do too. I've worn mine all
People compliment it. And I already have 2 stones with that are pink, but I don't have a bow tie. I think that bow tie ring would be super cute. So type in the chat what you guys, if you could pick one of those 4 rings.
Multicolored band. We're getting them. We're getting them.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm just curious what you guys would pick.
I want to know too.
So thank you, Lori, for sending that. I greatly appreciate that. So those are some of the double credit things. So you guys, double credit matters to our unit. One of the things that I will tell you right now is we have to get our unit to 180 and we're at 150. And you might think, well, that's not hard. But as soon as a consultant goes inactive, they don't let me counter. And so right now we have like 60 people who are inactive. If they all got active, we'd be done. So, you know, it's important that everybody who's inactive, if you've got somebody on your team that's a T that hasn't ordered in 6 months, like Candy Hoover, you coming back last month because you were T, you help us cross that finish line at 180. I know we can get to 180. So, so Marty, your question in the chat is no more cars. No. We still have 3 cars. We still have the Trex, the Equinox, and the Cadillac. It's just that you're going to need to be a director, just like back in the old days when I became a director. You had to earn your car first, finish your car, then go into DIQ. They didn't allow you to become a director until you earned a car. Now they're going to say the opposite. Yeah, same with Lori. And now they're going to say you need to become a director first, and then you can get the car. So Yeah, it's all good. So we got one pink heart, multicolored, number 4, multi or pink, crown and rose gold. Lenora says, I was born in October. You're so cute. All right. So, it just kind of depends on what you all want, but double credit is super important. Okay. Write one more thing down. Star consultant deadline. If you are a star by March 15th, you will be invited to an exclusive star party and you help us with another goal. So I'm just going to rattle off some names. So these ladies, Carrie McCurdy, Dawn Manley, Rebecca Ross, you guys have already done the minimum sapphire star. You could always go higher, right? Because like Dawn Manley, you're $46 away from Ruby, which is kind of crazy to miss your Ruby star by $46. Okay, then I have a whole bunch of you. Kim Welch, you're only $55 away from finishing your star. So I've got Kim Welch, Janine Whitus, Cindy Madden, all on target. Sandy Shabbat could still finish her star. So could Monique Wind. So could Janice. So could Verlanda. And Lorena Rosas and possibly Eileen. So if you guys don't hear your name, reach out to me tomorrow and say, okay, how much do I have in and what would I need to do? I have seen people who have 400 in get laser focused and finish their star. So I will tell you, double credit is the month to do it. Just saying. So make sure you know that March 15th is the last day. I have a feeling pedicure kits are going to be gone by then. Kind of like the peach satin hands. I don't know if I told you guys a story, but I only ordered 8 and I had a customer who ordered 5. So when I delivered her 5, broke one open as a tester, and then I had another client buy 2, I was going to go on with 100% intent and order 40 more, because that is one of my biggest sellers. And I went to order them and they were sold out and I was livid. It was less than 15 days. Those had not been on the market for more than, I was just, so anyway.
They're so yummy.
I know. Well, if you want a pedicure kit, I'm just saying, because that's a foot thing. People love doing that. They're trying to save money. They don't want to go get their pedicures done all the time. It's a killer gift. Great
it's a great Easter, birthday,
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day,
absolutely.
Huge for Mother's Day.
Okay. So we talked a little bit about the chemo care package. So now we're gonna go into 2 different things right now. I'd love for you guys to type in the chat section your sales for the week, any new faces you did. And here's the deal, you guys. I really need you guys to hear my heart in this one. I need you all to start posting stuff on your weekly accomplishment sheets. I go to do the newsletter, and normally I would go into weekly accomplishment sheets. I pull off your $100 days. I see how many faces you did. I add up your total sales. And now the last couple of months, I go in and nobody submitted weekly accomplishment sheets, and I'm not sure what's happened. So I will tell you guys, it is so easy to do. You just go on the weekly accomplishment sheet. If you're creating receipts for your customers on the My Customer app, you just literally click add. It'll put it in your weekly accomplishment sheet, including your $100 days. They're already all on there. So please do me a favor. And it's a huge favor to you, because at the end of the year, you print out a report for your total sales. That'll tell you. So I have a customer named Tester, and I have another customer named Diane. Diane is my personal use customer. It'll tell me how much did Tester spend for the year. I write it off on my taxes. How much did Diane use? That's personal use. It'll tell you how much I paid, because most of the time I pay for my customer shipping. So it'll say, last year you paid $177 in your customer shipping, because I don't charge my customers for shipping. I usually pay it, but I get to tax write that off. So it itemizes all this on one report. I'm not having to go back and do a whole year's worth of stuff. So you guys are really missing the boat by not utilizing that. And when your inventory comes, hold your phone over the box, scan the QR code, and it'll upload your inventory into your app so you can know exactly what you've got. If you don't know how to do that, jump on a little early next week at 6 o'clock. I can teach you guys again how to do that. All right. So we're going to talk 2 things. One, we're going to tell a little bit about a story, and then we're going to spend the last 10 minutes on booking. So we've only got about 6 or 7 minutes. But I went to this women's conference today, and they were talking about how important it is to tell a story. And what I will tell you is that over 78%, I believe, of household buying decisions are made by the woman in the household. Okay. And then here's the other thing they said. They said the biggest influence to women making a buying decision was testimonials, before and after pictures, comments from customers, more than brands. Like if it's a Remington refrigerator or a Maytag dishwasher or something, and somebody goes in and says, this is the best dishwasher I've ever had. I even have plates loaded with food and it cleans them. I'm going to believe a client before I believe, well, I'm just going to buy the Maytag name or the whatever name. So stories are really important. So my question to you is, what is the story you're telling? What is the story you're telling yourself? And what is the story you're telling about the product, why you choose Mary Kay of all the other squillions of brands out there? And what is the story you're telling about the opportunity? So there's 3 different stories. What are you telling yourself? What are you sharing about? Why are you choosing Mary Kay when there is every brand, everything from Drunk Elephant to have you never heard of Drunk Elephant? That's like the new hip thing, whatever. To Estee Lauder, to Clinique, to Lancome, to whatever, Bobbi Brown, all the different brands out there. Why are you choosing Mary Kay? So one of the things the gal shared with is she held up a pair of earrings. And I'm just going to use these earrings as an example. So let's say somebody gifted me these and they said, oh, well, these are for you. And I go, oh, well, thanks. And I open it up and there's these cute earrings. And I'm thinking, I will never wear these. They're kind of like, I don't know, they're a little gaudy and they're a color I will never wear. And I'm kind of thinking, oh, whatever. And I might throw them in my drawer. And then the person who brought them to me comes and said, oh, can I tell you about these earrings? Now, I'm just making up the story, but let's just say she said to me, well, those earrings were from Mary Kay. They were something that they're just costume jewelry, but they're something she wore at a banquet and she really wanted you to have them. And so these just went from me throwing them in my drawer and probably never looking at them again to now my most treasured piece of jewelry. Why? Did the earrings change? No. What changed? The story. If these were treasured by Mary Kay, I wouldn't care if they were the ugliest piece of jewelry I owned. They would be cherished by me. Does that make sense, you guys? So what is the story you're telling? So what we're going to start doing is we've been doing product of the week, but what we're going to start doing from today forward is every week, someone is going to share their I story. And what is your I story? It is a 3 to 4 minute story of why are you doing Mary Kay? So pretending you're in front of an audience of at a skincare class of 10 people. They're all there to support you, cheer you on. So they're supportive people and they're curious, like, why are you doing Mary Kay? Why did you choose to do Mary Kay? So I've asked Lori to share her story. And then when Lori's done with that, I'm gonna do a quick little bit of booking training. So I just want to make sure you guys are focusing on what is the story you're telling yourself? Is this hard? Nobody wants to book with me. Nobody's buying. Everyone's broke. Is that the story you're telling yourself? Because if you are, that's exactly what you're going to get. People are going to constantly say, I don't have any money. I can't do this. This is hard. But if you're telling yourself, I'm going to make a difference. This is amazing product. So Lori, go ahead. Share your story real quick with us. We'd love to hear it. And everybody can kind of take notes. And I'd love to know who wants to do their story next week. Go ahead, Lori.
Right. Now, I just need to take 1 minute. Time me, Diane. Okay. I just found it fascinating from last month's 29 days. Senior National Sales Director, Lisa Madsen, shared that at every skincare class, she says, starting the class out, she says, now, I just like to know from you, all the people who are in the class, are you at your job or whatever you do, are you praised really well for what you do? Do you feel appreciated? Do you feel like whatever you do, they really appreciate? Do you feel that? Second question is, do you have all the flexibility you want? Can you take time off if your child is sick? Can you take care of an aging parent? Can you take a day off if you just feel like you need to take a day off? And the third is, do you have all the finances? Do you have all the money you need and want? And she says, if you answered no to any of those, just watch what I do, because Mary Kay may be a way that you could gain these things. I mean, she could have added, do you have all the friends that you want? So I found that fascinating. But, just my story was that I had used Mary Kay for many years. I had tried other things, but they just did not work as well for my skin.
Lori, did you freeze? Oh, you froze for a second, babe. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. My internet is, yes. Okay, now it's telling me my internet is unstable. Sorry. Okay, so anyway, I was getting my product. Well, actually, we had moved, and I was getting my product from, it happened to be Diane's cousin. And she caught me because I will tell you, because I was on maternity leave, she would not have caught me otherwise, because I was working for the state of California. I was traveling every other week. But because I was home recovering from a hemorrhage from my first birth, my son, I was around. So I think she asked if she could come and tell me a little bit about the opportunity. I thought, well, I don't know, she probably offered me something free, and that sounded good to me. So I said, okay. And then, Diane, were you there? I'm trying to remember. It was many years ago.
I was.
You were there.
She brought you as a guest to our meeting to check things out. And you stuck around after the meeting. You said, well, I have a bunch of questions. And your question, which I thought was hysterical, is you're like, well, what's the least amount I can do? And I started laughing, thinking, that's a perfect team member. Someone who's joining, who's already saying, what's the bare minimum I can do? She goes, because I've got my master's degree. I'm super busy. I just had a baby. And back then you had to do 180 once a year. Like right now it's 225. And so you came in.
And I said, great, 180 once a year? Sign me up. And then all of a sudden the light bulb started going on. Let me see. I'm going to figure out how much I need for the entire year. I'm going to figure out how much my sister needs for the whole year. I'm going to figure out how much my mom needs for the whole year. And then Diane, the smart woman, smart director she was, she said, let's hold a class for you. And so, I mean, and then, so I started with a 600. I mean, I don't need to tell people that. And I wouldn't tell people that.
But back in the day, that was a lot of product, but.
It was a huge amount. But after that first class, guess what? It was all gone. Now, I tell this story to consultants. No. Anyway, here's the thing is I had no intention of selling. I was not going to sell. I had spent so many years and I had so much invested in my education that I was not going to just, squander it and do Mary Kay, right? And even after I signed up, I still went back to my other job for a while. But I job shared. So I got to sort of dabble it. And then the baby 2 came along and I got to take a whole year and do Mary Kay. But I still wasn't going to give up my job. And the great thing is that they told me I didn't have to. So that was great. But then after a year, I went back. The second time I went back, I was there for 2 hours. And I said, no more state, no more politics. I'm going to be my own boss.
There you go. Thank you for sharing that, Lori. So you guys, what I want you to do is I want you to be able to come up with like 4 minutes or less, because they're going to tune out after about 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 3 minutes or less, why you chose Mary Kay. There are so many opportunities out there. There's opportunities with not only direct selling companies, but there's opportunities with nonprofits. There's all these other opportunities to make money, unlike how it was in the 60s. So why Mary Kay? Why is Mary Kay different? Is it the culture? Is it the product? Is it the camaraderie? Like, why did you choose this? And
is it the priorities that Mary Kay set forth? Faith first, family second, career third.
That was important to Lori. Correct. That was very important to Lori.
Let me just say too, let me just add this. I will customize my story based on who I'm talking to, who's at my class.
Right. But what I want you guys to share, it's the power of the story was my whole point. So Lori, thank you so much for sharing. But it's just like the earrings. It's like, yeah, these are nice earrings. They're costume jewelry. I'll probably never wear them. And they go, those are Mary Kay's. I'm like, oh my God, these were Mary Kay. Like they weren't Mary Kay's, but I'm just pretending. But I'm thinking, these are now my most treasured piece of junk jewelry. Like these are more valuable than even the 14 karat gold stuff and diamonds I have. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because it's the story behind the earrings. So people will do business with people that they love and respect. If they like Dawn Manley, they're going to book a party for Dawn Manley. If they trust her, they like her, and they think she's fun, they're going to hold a party. Now, Dawn can come on and say, well, and I know I'm picking on Dawn just because she's on the screen right in front of me, but it's like she can come on and say, well, here's the deal. I could have chosen anything to do, but I can incorporate this with my daughters. They're into social media. We love the product. Of all the product out there, this is something that I have the ability to be part of a sisterhood, the camaraderie. I mean, I will tell you guys, the culture in Mary Kay, you won't find anywhere else. Go ahead and try some other company. You will come back. The red jacket gal talked last night about how she left Mary Kay after some stuff going on at home and left for 2 or 3 years and then came back and says that she missed the culture of the company.
Yes.
So what are you telling yourself? And more importantly, what are you sharing? But what you're telling yourself is just as important. So Lori, thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right. So our little scoop of training here, I'm going to make this 6 minutes long since we got about 6 or 7 minutes here. But the training tonight is on booking. All right. So I'm going to give you guys kind of a little template of how you're going to fill your date book. So first of all, if you have 5 appointments on your books by Friday, you will get an outrageous gift from me. So what does an appointment mean? That means Dawn books this coworker for at least a double facial or a facial, or Dawn calls the gal who she's got to see this Saturday and turns it into a skincare class. As long as it's to be held in March, you just need 5 on your books by Friday. So by Friday afternoon, I'll say 4 o'clock. If you've got 5 parties to be held in March on your date book by Friday at 4, I will send you an outrageous prize. You just need to text me and let me know that you did it. Okay, so let's talk about what to do. So number 1 is you got to make a decision. I'm all in, because the more you tell yourself, oh, I don't know, is that going to be hard? Do I have time? Gang, you never have time to even go to the gym and work out. But I bet if the doctor told you that you're going to drop dead of a heart attack because of a new health condition, if you don't work out for an hour a day, guess what you have time to do all of a sudden?
Oh, yeah.
You have time to work out for an hour every day. So my heart doctor said to me, 20 minutes of aerobics is what I need you to do every day. I'm like, well, I can do that. So I turn on some repeat of some Tony Robbins. I just look for a Tony Robbins that's at least 20 minutes long, and then put it on, and I'm pumping my tires on my bike, or I'm doing that step master thing as fast as I can for 20 minutes, and then I'm done. So you have time for whatever you tell yourself you have time for. If you say this is hard, guess what, you guys? It's hard. If you aren't sure the product works, go switch to a bar of soap for a week. You'll be back so fast.
24 hours. I didn't even last 24 hours.
Oh my God. When I forgot my stuff one year, I looked up somebody in the phone book. I was down, where was I? Visiting my daughter or something in Seattle. And I got up there and I had forgot my entire skincare set. I looked on I think it was the phone book or something back then. This is a long time ago. And I found somebody, and she literally drove to my daughter's college, and I bought an entire skincare set from her and all my makeup, because there is no way I was going 3 days without using my skincare. So I'm just saying, be careful with the story you tell. Okay, so let's say you want to have 5 by, so I'll pick on Kim for a minute because I keep picking on Dawn. So Kim says, okay, I'm all in, Diane. I'm going to have 5 parties booked by Friday. So number 1 is to make a decision. You're either all in or you're not. You might, if 99% in means you're not all in. I mean, I literally need you guys to hook yourselves up to a polygraph and say, I'm all in. I will have 5 on by Friday. If the needle doesn't move, you're all in. Okay, so Kim makes that commitment. So then Kim's going to say, okay, first I got to decide. The next thing Kim's going to do, she's going to take her date book like this, and she's going to say, okay, when am I available? And she's going to literally, I'm just going to go way back to January when it doesn't have stuff all over. Oh, my whole thing's a mess. Anyway, so let's say she goes in here and says, okay, so when am I available? I'm available on Monday night. So she might put a pink square here. She might say, I'm available Wednesday nights. I got church something on Thursday and Friday, but I'm available Saturday mornings and Saturday night. So these might be the only 4 spots that Kim has. She might have Monday night, Wednesday night, Saturday morning, and Saturday afternoon. That's it. So you block out March to your best of your ability. If you have a wedding to go to, or you've got Easter plans, put it in there. If it's stuff you have to go to, not everything that you could go to. I mean, just the chamber alone, I could fill my whole date book with stuff for them, but what's important? So decide, and then when are you available? Third thing, what are you going to offer? What are you going to offer your hostess? Now, the company has a hostess brochure like this. It's called Host a Party, Earn Free Product. Cute brochure. It shows that depending on how much their party is, if they get no bookings, they get 10% in free stuff. So a $500 party with no bookings, she gets 50 free. If one of her friends books, she gets 75 free. If 2 of her friends book, she gets 100 free. You can totally use this. This is definitely one of the options. I don't use this because I have found what I offer for me is more effective because it excites me more. If this excites you, use whatever excites you. Again, it's the story. All right. So what I'm telling them is if they have 2 people, they get 125 at half off and 10% of the party sales if they have 2 people. But if they have 4 people, I'm going to give them 175 at half off because I want to see 5 people at a time. 5 parties of 5 is 25 faces. I don't have time to do 1 face at a time. Not that I'm going to turn down a single facial. I had a double facial last week that was like $450. I'm not turning them down, But again, I didn't give the girl hostess credit. I gave her one item at half off or one item free or whatever. I don't even remember what I gave her. But the point of it is that, so I'm offering, so if Kim booked a party with me, if Kim will have 2 people, I give her 125 at half off, anything she wants, plus 10% of the party sales. But Kim, I really need your help because I committed to doing this 30 face challenge this month. And so if you will have 4 people or more, I'm going to give you 175 at half off, plus 10% of the party sales. And for every one of your friends that books off your party, you're going to get another $20 gift card to spend at their party. So if 3 of your friends book, you're going to get another 60 free. I just really need your help. Then use these words. Can I count on you? You guys, if you aren't bold and beautiful and direct, they're not going to know what you need. They'll go, well, I'll get back to you. And I say, I just need to know if I can count on you. And if they're wishy-washy, go to somebody else. Does that make sense? So Kim decides that she's going to do it. She takes her date book, figuring out, because the first thing they're going to say is, well, when are you available? Say, well, this week I had this open. Now you guys utilize Janice's skincare classes. So let's talk about this. Let's say Kim gets 3 people on this Wednesday. None of them have committed to booking a party. She gets 3 friends that are kind of mediocre excited. They're not unexcited, but they're not like straining at the bit to be on an event. Kim gets all 3 of those women to jump on this Wednesday. They all call Kim and say, I had so much fun. I won a Kate Spade. I'm so excited. Kim's like, well, I'm glad you had fun because I'm in this challenge to get 30 faces done this month. And so if you want to get a whole bunch of stuff at half off, if they've been on the Wednesday virtual event this Wednesday, tomorrow night, they're going to want to book a party because they're not going to want to pay for everything they just fell in love with, which is how I just booked the last 2 parties I booked, is because they're frugal enough. They're like, how do I get this cheaper? Okay. So what would help Kim have 5 parties by Friday is to get 3 to 4 people on tomorrow. They fall in love with what they see, then they book. Does that make sense? Okay, now let's say Kim has somebody who's super social, like it's a mom, her sister lives in town, her daughters are there, they're all over 18. Kim could actually have a hostess jump on tomorrow with her 3 friends and even give her hostess credit for having her 3 friends on. You could utilize Janice's event. A week from tomorrow, Janice is doing skincare.
Skincare, woo!
And on Monday the 11th, we're doing skincare at the local hotel. And on Monday the 18th, we're doing skincare again at the local hotel. And they get to trash and treasure, bring in their old junk out of their bathroom. So you guys have so many opportunities this month. If you just tapped into the 2 live events and the 3 or 4 virtual events, that alone could give you over $1,000 retail easy. I mean, Carrie had great sales, Dawn had sales, and so did Candy just from the last hotel event. So decide what you're going to offer, get excited about that. And then what I want you to do is, Gloria Mayfield talks about this all the time. You only have to have 5 seconds of courage. And what you do is you count backwards from 5, like you see a super sharp woman, right? And you've got a sample and you're like, I want to hand her that sample, but oh my God, what if she blows me off? Or, you know, that conversation you have in your head. And so all you do is count backwards and go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, my name is Diane with Mary Kay, and you look absolutely amazing today. You're the sharpest dressed woman I've seen. I work with Mary Kay Cosmetics, so I'm kind of a fashionista, and I would love to offer you a free sample. Have you ever tried Mary Kay? And you just open your mouth, count backwards, get brave. The worst thing she can say is, I already have a consultant. I actually had this happen to me once at Target. The gal starts laughing. She goes, I'm a new consultant. I said, good for you. And she goes, oh my God. She goes, that was so brave of you to talk to me. And I said, well, I pretty much talked to everybody. And she's like, she was just impressed as a new consultant and all of that. So I'm just telling you guys, be prepared to go out and talk to people. Now, one last thing really quick. If you're on boards, I'm going to take you guys to boards super quick because this is the end of our training here. Let me go to Zoom. Hold on. Okay. So if you guys go on our boards app, right, there's a couple things you can do. You can, first of all, go to scripts right here. And you can also go to booking. So if you go to booking, there's party invites, script, glam sessions, booking tips from Mary Kay. There's all of those on there. The other one that I loved is if you go to scripts, these are scripts. And these scripts are, after you get their hashtag part, here's booking text all right here. An in-person hostess invite. Like if you're going to actually have people come to the hostess's house. Here's a text script if it's a virtual. Here's a virtual pampering party. Here's a script for a hostess to send out with her invite. Hey, I'm super excited. This is the one I love. I'm having a spa experience. You're one of my favorites. I hope you can join me. Please text my Mary Kay consultant, Diane, at this number with your RSVP and your skin type. Plus, she'll have a special gift for you. So then when the hostess sends this out, your phone is blowing up with all her guests. Because nothing is more obnoxious than to feel like you're chasing a hostess. It's like, Dawn, can I get your friends' numbers? And she's like, well, I don't really want to give out my friends' numbers because that's what they'll all say to you, right? But if Dawn sends that text out that says, text my Mary Kay girl Diane at this number, then her friends are already all texting me. Does that make sense? So what does it count as one of your 5? Could be a single facial, could be a double facial, could be a party, could be a party at your house. I would highly suggest you all pick at least 2 dates and host one yourself. If your house is a disaster, doesn't matter. Just clean from the front door to the kitchen table. That's the only part that needs to be clean. Like however many feet that is. Don't worry. Huh?
And to the bathroom.
Yeah, whatever. Don't overthink it, gang. It's just, nobody's paying any attention. Now, what's interesting is I did 3 women here last week. They were all in their mid to late 20s. They were all moms of little kids and they lived in Fairfield. And I said, well, do you want, I can't come up there. And she goes, well, could I come to Benicia? I said, well, sure. And she goes, well, I never get out of the house without the kids and my husband's going to be here. And the other 2 gals that want to come, they have little kids. So none of us want to be home. So this is the first time I've ever done this. I actually opened a bottle of Prosecco. I know we're not supposed to serve alcohol at Mary Kay things, but they were like, could we have something to drink? I said, yeah, I got a bottle of champagne. They're like, seriously? They were so excited. Just the hostess alone spent $275. One gal didn't buy a thing because she said her mom loves Mary Kay, hasn't had a consultant in years, and she booked a party. And the other girl bought about $150. So it was about a $450 party and one really strong booking. And the hostess is a prospect. But they had it here at my house. Okay. Did anybody have any quick questions about booking? Anybody have anything that could possibly hold you back from getting 5 bookings by Friday at 4 o'clock? Y'all can do this. It's all whatever you tell yourself in your head. It's going to be easy. It's going to be hard. If you tell yourself it's going to be hard, it will be. Well, I can't wait to celebrate each and every one of you. Now, next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about team building. And so I'd like to know, who do I have as a volunteer that can do their 4-minute story next week? Who would like to do their story?
I see Kim raising her hand. Oh,
I know. I thought Dawn was raising her hand, but I think she was like moving her hair.
I let this person in. Oh.
Anyway, can somebody?
You must have heard my brain waves.
So who would like to do their story next week?
Jen,
I'll do it.
Jen Goss, thank you very much for that, Jen. I appreciate that. So you guys, I'm going to make a couple short videos about double credit, but I really want, if I could have just taken all of you guys today. Do the Wednesday skincare classes count? So Lenore, here's the deal. If you get samples to them and you have 3 people on, yes, I will count that if they have samples, not if they just jump on with no samples. If they jump on with samples and you do the follow-up, I will count that. Okay. But you guys really offer your hostesses a lot. Offer your hostesses so much that there's no way they'll say no. Does that make sense? All right. Well, Carrie McCurdy, we're incredibly excited for you. So proud of what you are doing with your team. And I'm just super proud of everything that you're doing. If you guys had a $300 week or higher, will you please put it in the chat, because I've got prizes to send out. In fact, I've got Dawn's to give you tomorrow. Carrie, I'll probably just put yours in the mail. And if anybody's interested, I'm signing up for 3 quinceañera expos. So if you want to do, ideally, it'd be great if you spoke a little bit of Spanish, but I've got these 3 expos coming up. If anybody wants to do them.
Where are they?
Oh, all over the place. Stockton, Modesto, Concord, all over. So I'm waiting for Juan to cut me a deal on a package of doing multiples. And Lenore, I hope you got your red jacket postcard I sent you. And we're expecting you to be our next red jacket out of Texas and into DIQ. So you guys, now is the time. Now, when they're doing a Mary Kay start for $10, you guys, are you kidding me? All you've got to do is say, have you ever thought about making extra money? You should check out Mary Kay and get them on this Thursday. And if you guys, we're overthinking this. You guys all got this. All right. I don't want to go over. So you guys, I'm glad you got a chance to do a little bit of booking training. Please use the scripts. If you want a different script, or you are stuck, or you're having a mindset thing, if you feel like you need to have your brain kind of whacked into shape, text me and say, I need a brain bump or something, and I'll jump on with you tomorrow. Well, because sometimes it's what we tell ourselves.
No.
A couple of years ago, right after COVID, I was telling myself what I was hearing my consultant say, which is like, nobody's booking, nobody's buying. And I go, wow. And then all of a sudden I went to some event and I met 3 women and I said, forget this. And I booked like 7 parties and sold over $4,000 in 2 weeks. I'll never forget that, because I'd never sold that much virtually in my whole life. And I thought, okay, so people are booking and buying. So it's all in what you tell yourself, you guys. If you think it's hard, it's hard. If you don't, it's not. And Carrie McCurdy, we're all cheering you on. I can't wait to see you in that gorgeous pink suit. Carrie, do you have a fabric swatch, by the way? You do, and the postcard? Okay, I just making sure. All right. All right,
Diane,
you guys.
okay, I'm so sorry. I know we're over time, but Armida, my new consultant, she just got off of work. She and I just want to welcome her and say hello. She's already started with a star order, and she I don't know. Do you want to say something really quick, Armida?
Hola, no, pues.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, ¿cómo están? I am so excited.
Muy bien. We are excited. We are excited for you. And we
Thank
also are excited for Rebecca Ross, who just joined. She also came in as a star. And so what we will do next week, please be on, and I will do a new consultant oath. We will have Eileen on, Armida, Rebecca. We will have all of you on to do the oath, the new consultant oath for starting your Mary Kay business. And you should also have a Mary Kay pin. So if you don't have one, we will make sure you get one before next Tuesday, okay? You guys, please utilize our boards. If you are just now downloading the boards app, text me so I can send you my link. That'll let you into everything, every flyer, all the Zooms, everything. Okay? And there is a folder in there for Spanish stuff too.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Congratulations. All right, you guys, have a great week. And I'll look forward to seeing all of you on tomorrow night. Remember, if you have 3 guests or more on Janice's virtual event, you get a gift from me. So if you have 3 guests on tomorrow night that are 18 or older, you get a gift from me. Just let me know that you've got 3 guests on, okay?
All right.
Diane,
guys.
are you going to post the recording in your unit or what?
It'll always be, I'll post the meeting like I always do every week on my YouTube channel. So all you do is go onto YouTube and type in Diane Covington. I can post it on Facebook too.
That would be very good. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you
All
very
right, you
much.
guys, I'll talk to you later. Good
Okay.
night.
All right, thank you. Bye.